Hey, good morning, everybody. Tim Walsh coming to you live from Streator, Illinois on a balmy 30-degree spring morning for the Illinois Fire Service Institute, where we're going to be highlighting the Basic Operations Firefighter Blended Program, which occurs all over the state of Illinois in the spring and the fall time. We've put 474 students all over the state. 257 fire departments have been participating in this, all from a grant through the Illinois State Fire Marshal's Office. So we're going to watch them fight a car fire right now, and then we're going to take you around the Streator facility along with the program manager, Timmy Romine. We're going to get him to put this car fire out, and then we'll show you around and show you what we're doing today. So stay with us. So hey, now I'm here with Timmy Romine, Tim Walsh for the Illinois Fire Service Institute. We'll be traveling around the state the next 2 days. This is our first stop this morning here at the Streator. Timmy Romine's the program coordinator here in Streator. And as I said before, it's a beautiful 30 degrees this morning with about a 50-mile-an-hour wind. So beautiful springtime weather here in the state of Illinois. And Timmy, tell me about what we're doing here. What do we got going?
Well, we're in our weekend 5 of our practical weekends. We have 9 total weekends, but we're at weekend 5. So right now we're hitting the car fires, going through those drills, showing the students how to attack a car fire. Later on we'll show you a little bit more what's going on the site, but we got some other basic practical skills that are going on to make these guys successful firefighters.
Okay, so let's talk about how this works. First of all, who's the chief here in Streator?
Chief is Chief Gary Bird, and I've got with the Streator Fire Department, I've got a couple of guys that are my instructors are on staff here at Streator as well. Streator's been very, very gracious host for us to come here. They supply us with the equipment that we need. This is a great training ground that we have.
And then how many students are here, and how does the BOF program work? Like, what practical weekend is this? Give us a little history of how it works.
So we've got 39 students from 23 different departments. Again, weekend 5, and the way we work here is we just, they work online, like on a Monday and Tuesday night. They go for 2 weeks, then I get them every other weekend here. And if they've talked about ventilation on a week, we get them here on the weekends, and that's what we're teaching them, is the ventilation part of it.
Right, so we're not pencil whipping this, right? There's hands-on skills. How many stations are we working on here today?
Today we've got 3 stations going on, and again, we're just kind of doing some review on the SCBA, because the SCBA is a vital part of firefighting and making sure that these kids have everything they need to be successful with their SCBAs.
All right, Timmy, let's take a walk over and see what we're working on with the SCBA, if that's cool. We're going to kind of walk over there. Camera person's going to follow us. So you can see we have 3 automobiles here. So we're getting multiple rotations in on car fires. We're just working on the basics. Sweeping the ground with the line to make sure we have the fuel controlled before we move in off a corner. Keeping in mind bumpers and pneumatic struts within the vehicles. And then we're going to go over by our circle, we call it circle time here. We're going to kind of get you a view of the whole facility here. We got to call out our other assets and partners, Mavis, who supports this program all across the state with their assets. It allows new firefighters to work with those assets too, so when they're deployed in a time of need, they have some familiarity. So we're moving up to the circle here, and we're working on basic SCBA skills. Donning, doffing. Timmy, tell me why this is so important.
So basically we do a lot of circle time because when we start off, our initiative is to get these kids donning and doffing their air packs in a 45-second time frame. Once they get their air packs and they get that mastered, we try to continue that skill and just don't let them rest since they've passed that performance evaluation checklist. We try to stay on it to keep honing that skill and keep working on that skill. Here in a couple of weeks, we're going to have a SCBA face-off where we'll end up bringing a head-to-head challenge, if you will, with the SCBAs. It'll be the last man standing kind of thing.
great parts about this program that you and I were talking about earlier is that your student to teacher ratio, almost one instructor for every 2 students that are here. And
Yes.
that's phenomenal, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's so important to get those basic skills set when you have a new firefighter. And if you're just pencil whipping it and you only have one instructor for 32 participants, you're not getting anything done. So talk about your instructors here.
So my instructors, I've got a great core group that come in and help. We most of them are right here in the region. From area departments is Wallace, Marcel's, Streator, as I mentioned earlier. You got a couple of guys that actually come up from the Champaign area that come with me every weekend. I've got Linwood Fire Department represented here. Ottawa's represented. I got just a bunch of great instructors that's just been a core group, and they've been here since this is our 3rd offering here in Streator, and I've had them from day one from a year ago.
That's great stuff. So they're laying down on their knees so they can practice donning and doffing. And you know that if you've been in a fire building, sometimes you can't always kneel due to high heat. And a lot of times it's easier to find the straps if you're laying on the ground. You can get your straps set, you can pull that pack off, get that pack pulled out in front of you, and you can operate a little more efficiently. So they'll work on donning and doffing off their knees too, but right now they're working off their bellies and their backs. So you can see this 4-story burn prop in front of us here at Streator, which is an awesome facility. We bring out forcible entry doors, hose, pretty much everything they need. And as we move around the back of the prop, you'll see how we do that all across the state in conjunction with the Illinois State Fire Marshal. So let's take a walk to where they're leading out. We're going to kind of work inside here. They're doing charged hose lines up and down the stairs in a building, right? That's the way we operate on the fire ground. So we want to make sure that when they leave the academy here, the Basic Operations Firefighter Academy, that they're able to do basic skill sets and complement the firefighters wherever they work in their hometown. So I'm going to move around off camera here. I'm going to go talk to the instructor inside the building, see if they're ready to go. Hey Timmy, why don't you talk about a little bit what they're doing here?
So basically what we're doing right here on the outside of the building is we're hooking up to the FDC or the fire department connection on this side. Just a basic skill that we've got to have that's part of the NFPA 1001 standard. Inside we've got some hose movement going up and down the stairs, using some water and spraying some water up and down the stairs.
Hey, so here in Illinois it gets cold and we fight fires in the cold. In fact, most fire departments across the state get very busy during cold weather. If you've not operated in snow and ice conditions like we are this morning, where it's icy out on the concrete where we're working, and you're not flowing water, and feeling what it's like to get wet when it's cold outside, then you're not going to be ready to fight fire. And that's why the basic skill set that we perform here with our instructors that are getting wet and everything that we do here is so important. So over my left shoulder, over Timmy's left shoulder, you can see our mobile trailer. Our mobile trailer is compliments of grant funding from the Illinois State Fire Marshal's Office. And Matt Perez and his team do a great job supporting this endeavor all across the state. Like I said earlier, almost 500 basic firefighters have completed this program. And why do we do it this way? Because not everybody can go to a standalone fire academy and spend 8, 10 weeks there because they have other jobs. They have full-time positions. But the majority of the fire departments in this state are volunteer. And that's who we're supporting. Volunteer firefighters that can't do a standalone academy. You can see some of our partners over my left shoulder besides the State Fire Marshal, Fire Vent Systems out of the West Coast that provides brand new pitch roof trailers and pitch roof props so that we teach our students how to ventilate a pitch roof as well. Timmy, what am I forgetting before we tie up here?
The only thing I really want to mention is the students themselves. I've got 39 students here from all these departments. We've been at this thing since end of January, and up here in Streator, you get out here, a 5-mile-an-hour wind is a very super cold wind coming out of the north, and the students have done everything we've asked them to do. It's just been a great experience, and honestly, when I had 39 students, I didn't know what to expect. I've been very, very happy, very pleased with the effort that they've given us.
So the future of the fire service is in good shape, is what Timmy's saying. We're going to be going live from Cherry Valley, our next stop on the routine for the next 2 days. Around 1:30, 2 o'clock this afternoon, we got to do a little bit of driving, and we'll be live all weekend. We'll be in Southern Illinois tomorrow, down in Centralia, and we'll be in Western Illinois tomorrow morning. So join us to see where the other students are at the 3 locations that we're going to visit, so that you can take a look at how we train firefighters in the state of Illinois. So for now, this is Tim Walsh coming to you live from Streator, rather than the campus of the University of Illinois, and we'll see you in a few hours.
Boom. So